Hey guys, I hope everybody's having a good day. Today is Tuesday, January 23rd. I just wanted to talk about a few subjects. I've been collecting raw data on Uber and Lyft, and I want to enlighten people about what a free market is and the rights of a true independent contractor. A free market for independent contractors is a decentralized ecosystem where freelancers and clients connect directly. They negotiate rates and work terms without interference. It champions individual choice, flexible projects, and competitive price between each independent contractor, driven by supply and demand rather than centralized control. So basically, with this said, we don't have a free market with Uber and Lyft. They control the market. Okay, let's talk about California independent contractor rights. So, free from control, the worker is free from the hiring entity's control over performance, scheduling, fee, able to negotiate pay, and tools like car insurance, types of car, tires, for example. You should be able to choose any brand tire. Outside usual course of business, the work performed is outside the hiring entity's core business activity. Independently established trade, the worker has established independent trade, occupation, or business separate from the hiring entity. So with that said, we do not have any control over our fee. That's the biggest thing. And these companies do control how we operate. You know, they have surge baiting. They control how much money we make independently. A lot of people would say, well, we're able to accept or deny any order we want. Well, that's not what an independent contractor is about. We should at least be able to negotiate each ride, but it's it's delegated for us. And we're being exploited because the pay is between about $20 average, and if you put operating costs, let's say $5 an hour, and you're running $5 or $20 an hour, that's only $15. That's less than minimum wage. So what happens is Prop 22 money kicks in, and then these companies get away with basically paying everybody 120% of minimum wage. Well, we're independent contractors with full operating costs. We should not be making $18 an hour in California, for example. It just doesn't make any sense. We have no control over our finances to make actual profit. Yet these companies are controlling both sides of the market for their own bottom line. And it just needs to stop. They're exploiting us. For this section, I just want to touch base on the suppression these companies do. They make our short trip seem better by averaging it more for like $1 a mile. But when it averages out towards an hourly, you're making more towards minimum wage, if not less than minimum wage. And then for long trips, yes, you're making more money because usually it's freeway time, but then they're cutting your mileage rate down to like 50%. So you're driving your car into the ground for nothing. And the only people that make 50 cents a mile doing driving jobs are employees. We are not employees. We need to make more money. And also on top of that, we're supposed to be professionals. Why does our mileage rate fluctuate on their whim? We should be making, in my county, San Bernardino County, we should be making $2.50 a mile. That's what the taxi rate is. But why does our mileage rate fluctuate in their favor so they can make more money? And it seems like they make more money on long rides from us. Okay, so this section, a driver actually took some hard data himself. Uber's take rate was between 52 and 56%. And it's just disgusting that these people are supposed to be a broker, a middleman, connecting an independent contractor to a customer that needs a ride from point A to point B. Now, the customer is our customer, and it's just like we can't even fluctuate our own pricing depending on the market and the free market it's supposed to be. And sickening that this broker is taking so much money, yet we're the ones doing all the work. We have operating cost, and it's just sickening. In the older days when I used to work with real brokers, they would call me up and say, how much do you charge go from point A to point B? Now, I would tell them my price, they would charge their own fee, and the customer would pay for all of it. That's how it's supposed to be, not like it is now. This section right here depicts Uber paying the drivers less and less over time, and how much it costs to operate a vehicle and ownership of a vehicle. And as you can see, it's plain as day. Obviously, nobody needs these charts to see that we're getting paid less, but it's like inflation's up, and look at this. Uber is making way more money than they used to. And this needs to stop. Our government needs to do something about this. Stop the exploitation. We're not employees. These companies are blatantly breaking the law, and our government needs to do something about it to protect its citizens against these big corporations. Because if you or I did the same thing, we'd probably be in prison for the rest of our lives. But they get a slap on the wrist, and that's it. They steal $1 million from all the drivers, and then they have to pay back a settlement, which is a portion of what they stole. Why aren't they held accountable for 100%? Why is Dara Khosrowshahi not held accountable for 100% of what their actions? Same with David Risha. This is why new drivers and old drivers need to be updated and aware about what's going on. It's just everybody's being exploited. These companies are making money off of the backs of hardworking Americans across the United States. This is a pandemic. We're at war with these companies to actually abide by our independent contractor rights, and this needs to stop. At this point, it would be better if we were employees, because the garbage pay, we'd get protections and get overtime, and it would just be better, given a car and a gas card. But February 14th, we're all striking nationwide. We need our rights. Have a good day, guys.